that song in your head?
I do.
Sorry.
Move it, move it, move it. I don't even know what that song is. Do you guys?
Yeah, it was a dance song from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Early 2000s.
Tell me when you're live.
We're live.
Oh, we're live. We live, Lorna? Oh, wow, great. Everybody's just coming out. I'm going to hook quite a bit today because Norma is coming in to pick these up. And remember last week I said that I'm making smalls. So I've decided this morning, this could change by tomorrow, but my 8x8s, I call 8x8s. My 4x4s, I call teeny tiny landscapes. And my 8x8s, I call tiny landscapes, I meant to say. And my 6x6s, I kind of been calling them smalls. And so I'm trying to do a real big series of 6x6s. I'd like to have, I thought last week 35, but now I'm kind of thinking I'd like to have 50 or 60 of them. And I'm going to start by putting 35 together. And then I'm going to set it up so that you can just buy one of them. If someone wants to buy one of them when they come in this summer, they could just buy one. And just because it's nice to be able to buy some small little rug. So here's what we're doing today, folks. I'm going to finish these rugs. I've got pom-poms to show you. I've got a little cheerleading to do. Hey, 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 hey. Holy Rosary, here we go. I was a cheerleader in grade 8. And I've got pom-poms I want to show you. And I just want to talk a little bit about designing a rug. So that's where we're at today. And I hope we get all those things done. But if we don't, it's okay. We'll come back next week. And next week, we're hoping to have a special surprise and a special guest because we're getting very close to Christmas next week. And we just have a very special guest coming. However, in northern Nova Scotia, everything depends on the roads. So if she can't make it, that's okay. It'll just be me, but I'm hoping that she'll come. And that is Cindy Church. She's a singer and a songwriter, and she's been interviewed on my podcast, but she's a beautiful singer and songwriter, well known across Canada, and she's going to join us next week for, she's a rug hooker too, and we are going to hook rugs, and she's going to sing. We're going to have a little concert. So be sure to tune in next week, but don't forget you're already here, so this week's good too, right? But next week's live, we have the nationally known singer-songwriter, Cindy Church, joining us. Weather dependent. We can never promise anything. What do you guys like? Do you find that hard about the winter, Lorna? And
Oh, for sure.
you do, yeah. Angela, are you scared on the snowy roads?
Just on the Cobequid Pass.
Yeah.
Because that's like its own weather system.
Right.
And see, where I grew up, it was always a lot of icy, slushy on the South Shore. But up here, you guys tend to get a lot more snow.
We do. We get some heavy snow, really. Yeah. So I am making, right now I've got 4 little houses here. And they're all different little houses. And I'm hooking them. And I'm bringing in lots of dark blues, but I'm finding these two kind of too dark a little bit for what I wanted to do here. So I've got to go to my pile over there and pull out another blue that's not quite so dark. So let's go over there and sort of see what we're going to pull out. I'm looking at this and my eye is spying this here. We have a few skeins of that left, I think. And, maybe I'll get Color School blue. So that's from our Color School collection. And this one here. I just want something lighter. So I'm going to bring this in here. Because I like these, but I'm finding it's just a little dark. And this series that I'm making, I don't want them all to relate to each other. The only relationship I kind of want them to have is by size. So I'm going to do the houses afterwards, and I'm going to do all the land kind of in a nice mid green. But so I just kind of want, oh, that's so pretty. Look how nice it's hooking up. I think this is like an overdyed eco cloud. I don't know what it's called, but it is a nice wool. There's not much of it there, but there's a little bit of it there. Okay, I've got to get my scissors. I'm going over here. I think that one of the biggest mistakes that we tend to make is just always changing your color. Feeling like every time you pick up a new strip, you got to have a new color. And that's just not true. Like, use it up. Like, enjoy what you got. I was wondering now, I want to talk to you guys now. I'm asking you a question. What is the special Christmas treat that you make in your house or that you make for someone every year? I know all of you, like, I know hooking and cooking kind of go together, right? We're kind of into it. So I was just wondering, is there a special Christmas treat that you make every year? And the other question is, have you got it made yet? So for me, this morning I got up, I was up at about 20 after 6. I go to bed early. And I made fatires. So I brought some into my son. Fatires are what I made with you guys last New Year's Eve, if you want to go back to, not last Christmas Eve, if you want to go back to that live and find it. And so it's a meat-filled pastry, and I made them with spinach too. And then I also made them, I made them for my friend, Donnie Miller. That's going to be his supper tonight, so I'm going to run those over to him after. Oh, look how nice that came out. Okay, so what about you guys? What are people saying, Angela?
Nuts and bolts.
Oh, yes. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kentucky bourbon cake.
Oh, now does she make the cake and throw the bourbon over it, I wonder? Or do you think that the bourbon's in the cake? I wonder. I made my fruit cake too. Anybody else? Anything special that you make every year?
Ann Burton, snowball cookies for my husband and sugar cookies for my daughter.
Aw, that's sweet. Sweet, it is sweet. Sugar cookies.
Betty Peruche makes fudge.
Oh, yum.
We got Nanaimo bars.
Oh, yes.
I like to have those, just in case I want to send them to me. Have you ever made them?
I made them. They're not hard to make. You can make them. You're a good baker.
I just never.
Yeah. You use custard powder in the filling, in the yellow part.
Cape Breton pork pies, Cape Breton porcupines.
Oh, I don't know what the porcupines are, but I know what the pork pies are.
Crystal her mom makes an Acadian pate every year.
Oh.
Shetty Camp style.
Oh, an Acadian pate. So isn't this looking awesome? Look at this. So we've sort of got lots of, you know, you're putting the color in and there's new directions coming with the color. And I almost feel like I don't want to mess around by adding another color. But if I overdo this, then it'll lose its beauty. Maybe I'll...
I did have a question. Someone was just wondering, like, and I have this problem myself when I hooked a little bit.
Yeah.
Is the hook getting caught in the burlap? So she was just asking for any hints.
Okay, so we have a question, and the question is the hook getting caught in the burlap? And yeah, I think sometimes it does. You want to make sure that your hook is smooth, that there's no glitches on it or anything. But, so, a lot of times you get caught on the line here. So what happens is someone's trying to pull it up, and they're trying to pull it, like, see how that has a little... I'm trying to, instead of opening up the hole and slipping it through, I'm catching it. I'm catching the next line, right? So you want to go straight down and straight back up. When you're really at an angle, see how, just hear that, right? So when you're really at an angle, you can, I think when you go straight up and down, it's a lot easier not to get caught up. So that's one of the things. You had that problem, Lorna, did you, when you were learning to hook?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a big thing, just keeping it straight. Lorna said last week after the live, someone said, you guys should do this for 45 minutes. We won't be doing it for 45 minutes. Lorna looked at Angela right after the live and said, there's no way I'm listening to her for 45 minutes.
I didn't say that. I just said I don't want to do it for 45 minutes.
So Lorna leaves her job for this to come in and do, well, she works here, but she has a different job than this. Her job is not to do the lives, I guess, but Lorna does all our...
I don't mind doing the lives.
You like it, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of fun.
I just don't want to do it for 45 minutes.
No, we're not doing it for 45 minutes. We do it for 25 minutes. That's it. And in the winter, we're gonna move it to, we've been testing out our new system. And the one thing that I've noticed about the new system, Angela, I don't know if you noticed that, but the sound quality and the visual quality is so much better.
Yeah, it is.
Than the videos that we're able to produce for Facebook. So,
yeah.
Like the lives that we're able to do for Facebook, you can see there's no fuzziness. Oh, look at this is looking great.
Oh, porcupines are made with cooked dates, butter, sugar, vanilla, Rice Krispies, rolled in coconut, and shaped like porcupine. Thank you, Roberta.
Oh, great. I never knew that.
Sorry to interrupt. I just
No, that's great to know. So I have a gift for you guys this week. It's a downloadable gift. I'm not mailing one out to everybody, but you can download it, and I think you'll like it because I'm going to go over it with you, and it's free. It's on our website. And you can just go in and grab it. And it's kind of a gift for the new year. Do you notice that people are kind of preempting? They're almost like going ahead, like they're almost like skipping Christmas and going ahead to the new year on the, like talking about what you're going to do in the new year and everything. I feel like that's for after Christmas in a way, you know? I don't get reflective like that until after the holidays. I'm just loving this. But we do have a little gift for you that is kind of preemptive. So, because you might want to use it in the new year. You'll have to decide if you want to use it. Now, so we have this nice kind of divided, nicely divided area now. And I think that looks great. I like that better than I like this. But they're both good in their own way, you know? And that's the good thing about when you're doing small things. And our tiny landscape course is available online if you ever want to take it. If you haven't taken it already, you should take it. But when you're doing small things, you can work out a lot of ideas and thoughts and color plans without investing too much time or too much energy, you know? You can just sort of figure it out.
So if you wanted to learn about design and color, not dyeing, but just design, what would be the best class to take?
If you wanted to learn about design and color, the best class will be the one that will come available in April, and it is DFS Color School and DFS Design School. Those are the two classes. Now, if you want something now, I would say, if you want something now that will get you going now. So I've got all of these. So I need some house colors, but I'm just going to go grab the greens. I'm going to take all of these blues off my frame now because I don't need them anymore. Oh, I need one more strand here. I think hooking freestyle would be helpful. I think that hooking freestyle would be helpful. And it's, of course, I think it's $69. It's not too expensive. And so it's night, right? So we're going to have like a deeper green.
What about Color School?
Color School, of course, is perfect, but it's not available, is it? Oh no, it's not available until the spring. So
April, remember?
Yeah. You know, the other color that would be great here is woody moss. Would be awesome. And I'm going to just pull out some moss slub because it's so pretty. So I've got electric moss. I'm going to open that because it's not going anywhere. I like this color a lot. But if I did it all in electric moss, there's too much electricity. So I just think there's just a little too much action. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to pull out some woody moss with it. So electric moss and woody moss are going together. And then this is field. And then this is my slub. And I believe this slub is moss. Okay. So now I'm working on 4 at a time, you see? So I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna work on them. Like I'll work on one for a little bit.
Getting some nice compliments on Tiny Landscapes. There's a few taking the course.
Oh, good. It is a great course. It really is. It's got a lot of ideas and lot of ideas. You can just make so much progress. Oh, I don't need that. I got them taken over here. So I'm going to do each one a little bit differently. Like I'm not going to just give it a line of the green slub. I'm just going to, you know, approach each one a little differently. Maybe use the slub in different places on each one. So in the newsletter on Tuesday, I told you I'm reading The Lightkeeper's Daughter. I forget the name of the author, Penzoli. I can't remember the name. But it's quite a good book. I'm really enjoying it. And it's kind of like, I mean, there's a lot of things lining up. It's one of those books where things line up and you think, honest to goodness, that couldn't happen in real life. But sometimes amazing things do happen. So I guess it's a fiction book, so it doesn't have to be real. But it's a good story, and I'm almost finished. And the other book that I read lately that I really loved was Oh, William by Elizabeth Strout. It was a good book. Okay, and I'm going to take this down here. So this is sometimes how I do it when I'm doing lots of small landscapes. I'm just kind of working on a couple at once and going back and forth. But I'm not going to be able to finish these little rugs today, I don't think. Do you think, Ange? I don't think. What time is it? How much time do we have? I was
10 minutes.
kind of hoping that I'd be able to finish, but I've got some other things that I want to do too with you guys today. So I'm just going to put another little bit in here. Maybe we'll finish off one. I'll finish this one off. The green anyway on this one. So thank you for hooking with me. I hope you brought your hooking to the Thursday Live show. And remember, in the new year, you'll find us at hookingrugs.com. We'll share them here, but Angela will share them onto our Facebook page for sure. But we're going to originate from hookingrugs.com, right from my website. We're setting up, there is a chat. It's a little bit different. It works a little differently than Facebook, so it might take a couple of weeks for us to get used to, but we can still find out what you're having for supper, and we can still keep up with each other. So I'm excited to see that, because I'm excited to think that you'll be able to see the wools and the colors more clearly and hear us better. You know, when there's a group talking and stuff, it'll be relying on the phone more. So I'm excited about that. Oh, okay.
Oh, someone's having sweet and sour chicken soup for supper.
Sweet and sour chicken soup. I never heard of that before. That's a new one. I'm having fataya for supper because I made them this morning, and that's what we're eating. I'm not cooking again tonight. Just one big cooking a day is enough, isn't it?
I don't know, since Brady left, someone doesn't like to cook.
Really? He stopped. Pumpkin's not cooking your supper.
No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Trouble in the pumpkin patch.
I told him, don't worry about it. I can have that piece of toast.
I know. Lorna doesn't care. She can have like toast for supper. I can like do that once in a while. But it's great, really. Easily satisfied when it comes to food, basically.
Oh, someone's having sauerkraut. I'm coming for dinner.
Oh,
I'm coming for dinner.
You're talking Angela's language. Now this one here is going to have a little bit of the electric green. Just make them all a little bit different, you know.
You ever have, like, do you ever make it yourself?
Sauerkraut? Have you ever made sauerkraut?
Me? No, I don't know how to do. I don't know how to cook very much.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to take you out and I'm going to design a rug, the next rug that I'm going to do. And I'm hoping to get it done in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping to get it done the next week if I really put my head down. So we'll see. Alrighty, come on out with me. Make sure I got we got that covered up. That's our winter online course. So I have my template for my coyote on here, and I love this rug, this one here. I traveled so far only to find what I was looking for was what I'd left behind, and it was a favorite of mine, and I'm going to make it again in a slightly different way. I'm not going to put the words in, and I'm just going to do the trees a little bit differently. I'm thinking about how it was, you know. But this was right before the pandemic. I was thinking, I was away and I was coming home, and I was just on a hill above Salisbury, I think it was, in New Brunswick, just past the Irving on Salisbury. And I looked up, and I've been looking all along, like, for ideas and what I might want to hook next. And I looked up, and there was this coyote, this golden kind of colored coyote. That's the way I see it anyway. Whether, you know, sometimes you wonder whether it was golden or that's the way you see it, that's just the way you're seeing it. And it was just so beautiful. And it was standing up there on the ridge all by its lonesome. And it just, I just felt like, oh, you're gone everywhere. You drove halfway down through North America, and when you come home, there it is. And so I want to do something with this again, but I want to do the sky a little bit differently. And I'm definitely putting the moon in again, because it was like, you know, 5 o'clock in February or something, and it was just like that. And I just want to capture that again. I feel like now the balance is off, so let's talk about that a little bit. I feel like the balance is off in this rug. Do you see what I mean? Like, so I drew the square on first. So I think what I need to do is I need to bring this in a bit. I'm going to change the size of the rug to make it, and just watch. See how much better that is than that. So balance is a big thing in design. Now the sky, I don't know. I feel like it's like this, but I don't know. I feel like it might be more like this. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out as I'm hooking it. I know I can make it beautiful. I know it's not over for me yet, because I got such a lesson that time. And sometimes, you know, you have a design and you just you come back to it again and again. And this idea has never really left me. Those are not my words. I traveled so far only to find what I was looking for was what I'd left behind. It was an idea that I got in a book about a man who climbed Mount Everest. I don't know what the book is, and I looked for the quote. I searched it and I couldn't find it. So I think I'm going to make something like this. Maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. This is interesting right here now, what's happening. So it might be that there's some solid lines down here, like a rocky ridge or... Anyway, so I'm going to work on that. So that's the next thing I'm going to work on. And I wanted to show you... Okay. You ready? Rah, 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 rah. I'm kind of liking this. Do you want one? Do you want one? What are they called? Sari pom-poms. Joe made them this week. And I should get him to come in and see if he wants to do the pom-poms with me. But they are really cute. They're on the website, Sari pom-poms. I don't know how many of them we have, but he was putting together. So what you'll find in here are many, many, many strands of different color bits of Sari. And I think they're around $39. And so it's just for the person who wants a little bit of a lot of colors in the Sari. And we do have those on the website. So we have that. And we have this for you. So Angela is a very talented designer. She has made many, many designs for us since she's been here. And she's really helped me sort of bring the whole idea of create beauty every day to life, because I really like, you know, I really believe that when you share rug hooking, you just don't know what you're sharing. And I know I've said this here probably 100 times, but I'll never get tired of saying it. When you share creativity and art and rug hooking, you share community, you share friendship, you share love, you share solace. You know, there's all kinds of things that you're sharing. I'm just going to move these so we can pay attention to what's here. And I really do believe that. So please do share our videos and our things on Facebook. But this is a gift for you guys, and it's called the Create Beauty Everyday Studio Diary. And there's a front cover and a back cover, and you can print it off. We took this to Harry, and he bound it for us. Or you can just, we got it coil bound. Or what I did here is you could use, I used sari silk, a wrapped sari silk, and I just tied it together. I hole punched it and tied it together, and it's a studio diary. So it starts with sketches and notes, and this is for everybody. And then over here, you have the month and the year that you can write in. So you can write in like, you can, so I guess there's 7 days, right? So you'll need 52 sheets. If you print it off, you'll print off 52 sheets, or you can print off one and then take it and photocopy it. But you can write in the month and the year. And if you have any appointments, you can write them down here. Now, I'm not a person who has more than 1 or 2 appointments a day. So you can do that, or you can use the larger space if you have lots of appointments for the day. But I always like to make my notes for the day. So you can write down your notes for the day, like the things that happened that day, who came to visit, or who you went to visit, or who you were good to, or who was good to you, or whatever. You know, these are your notes for the day. Sometimes I just write down, like in mine, I would write down, it's like my little journal. I write down, I made fatire this morning, drop some off to Donnie and Danny. So sketches and notes over here. This is just a little block and an area for sketches and notes. And here's your to-do list for the week, your ongoing to-do list. And here's your idea list. So like here, you could just jot down, you know, if you get an idea for a rug, you could jot down the idea, coyote coming home. And then you could sketch it up here if you want it. And then over here, you can write down, pick up the milk. I write down, pick up the milk. Got to get potatoes and need cranberries for Christmas. You know, just your basic to-do list. And then right here, this is a really important one. These are your daily gratitude. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things that you can write down each week. You can just make a little note of what you're grateful for. And so maybe now the thing we could do before we wrap up today is you could tell us what you're grateful for today. In your home life and in your family life or in your community or whatever. What are you grateful for? So you can comment on that and tell us what you're grateful for, and we'll be really happy. And you can go on and you can download this for free. And while you're at it, you can buy a copy of Meditations for Makers for someone for Christmas, I hope. All right, that's it for me. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being there. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you sharing, and I appreciate you teaching other people how to hook rugs, because when you share rug hooking, you really, truly don't know what you're sharing with somebody. Take care, and God bless. And just enjoy this week leading up to Christmas. It's a beautiful week. See ya. And next week, Cindy Church is going to be with us, we hope. Rose permitting.